Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Oyatana Tarot channel. I'm going to be doing a reading for you today about what to know in April 2026. Yay! Let's get started. Let's get the show on the road. Let's get the show on the road. Let's get the show on the road. Woo, 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 woo. What should Gemini know about April 2026? What else should Gemini know about April 2026? Okay. I was going to say when I saw the cards coming out initially, I was going to say that you have major arcana cards coming out for you. But then I decided to see if all the cards that will come out for you were major arcana cards. Well, apparently you have 3 major arcana cards and 3 minor arcana cards. And the way I see it, the ones at the bottom are clarifying the ones at the top. That is how the reading just looks to me. All right, Gemini, you have the Strength card, the Devil card, the Chariot, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles showing up for you. This is something. This is movement. 6 of Swords and Chariot combined. That's fast track. So maybe there's something that you're fast tracking. There's something that will be fast tracked for you. Maybe you've been trying to get something done and you were at the bottom of the list before, and now, as fate would have it, you have been put right on top of the list and things are accelerated for you. I'm saying here that it has to do with work. Yes, I'm saying here that it has to do with work. And something is being fast tracked for you. It could also be housing. It could be that maybe you have been on the list to purchase a house, and maybe at the last minute, the initial purchaser, the deal fell through, and finally you got your dream house, or you are going to get your dream house because you're able to make the top of the list to purchase the house. But I'm saying something here about you getting to the top of the list, having been at the bottom pile for a while, and now fate has changed, tides have turned, and wheels have turned, and now finally you've got to be at the top of the pile, right? And that's with the 6 of Swords and the Chariot energy showing up for you. But with the Ace of Pentacles and the Strength card, I'm seeing here action. I'm seeing action here. This is usually strength is quiet, but I'm seeing a robust energy with the Strength card. I'm seeing a robust energy with the Strength card, and that might be because you're having to deal with the devil is stuck in the middle of the Strength at the Chariot card, right? So there's something that is trying to maybe that was why you were at the bottom of the pile, and maybe you had to just get up and get going and get moving to put in the work to ensure that you get to the top of the pile. So what's with the Devil card here? Why is the Devil card showing? Okay, we're gonna look at this. Okay, let's look at it. So you have the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. I feel like I have seen this combination before. This is giving me deja vu moment right here. Page of Cups. Let's put them at the side. Page of Cups. Or okay, let me do it this way. Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups have shown up to clarify why the Devil card is showing up. This has to do with emotions, because cups, something emotional. This is heavy emotion. And with the Page of Cups here, I'm seeing something quite childlike, but not necessarily childish. Just, if you look at the Devil card anyway, because, okay, it's clarifying the Devil card. The Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups clarify why the Devil card is showing up in your reading, Gemini. But beyond what that presents as when you see the Devil card, typically usually presents as trickery, someone being trickish, or just maybe a form of illusion at work. But this, I'm not sensing that in this reading presently. What I'm sensing here, what I'm seeing here is it's not as malevolent as one would really see or assume or presume. The Devil card here seems to be a warning to you, Gemini, to be very mindful and very careful about being a hoarder or running after things that lack meaning. So do not run after meaningless things, right? Do not run after meaningless things. Try to be very wise in the way that you move, right? So yes, you have full strength. It's not quiet strength. It's very loud. It's you have to be, because yes, you're building something with the Ace of Pentacles and you're getting something in hand and you're finally clicking what you need to click and finally getting to the top of the pile. Haven't been at the bottom for a while. Yes, but with that, you need to be very mindful that you do not ruin your chances, or you do not interrupt what you're doing by lusting after things. So there's something here that is lustful. Maybe you're lustful for your past self. I don't know how that doesn't really make sense to me, but it might make sense to you. But there's something here that is saying, because with the Page of Cups, there's this sense of playfulness. There's this heavy emotion with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups. There's very heavy emotion. I'm sensing something very heavy here. And it could be that there's something that you're desirous of that is making you blind to things that you should see, right? I don't know what that is. What is that? What is that? Let's see. Let's get clarity on what's I need more. I need, like, okay, just one card. I don't want more than one card to pop. I just need something that will give me a clear-cut answer. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, man. This is reflective on you. This has to do with words that you have said. Queen of Swords. When it concerns the heavy emotions, in relation to the heavy emotions, you have the Queen of Swords showing up for you. Okay, this might be that you are being overly critical about yourself. So maybe that's where the thing I said earlier, where I said it makes sense to me, but might make sense to you, about you being lustful about your past self. Maybe that's where that falls in line into. Maybe you've been overly critical over yourself, or you've been overly critical about somebody or something. I don't know, but there's something that's just kind of like, I'm feeling something here about an interruption. I'm feeling here like a dissonance, like an interruption here. With the Five of Swords energy, you've been in competition for a while, and Gemini, I would say for most of the readings I've done for you, the Five of Swords card has come out numerously. I just remember saying the Five of Swords, right? And yeah, I remember that I did a reading quite recently about, I think it was your career and finances or your current situation, where I said you should be very mindful of who you tell things to, so that they don't use your strategy against you, so that they don't use your tips against you, so that they don't use your style against you to win against you. Yeah. So maybe I can see with the Five of Swords energy, you've come out of that competition and you've transitioned, you've moved on from that, and you have the Six of Swords. So this is a direct relation from having moved away from the competitiveness around you and grown out of whatever issues that came with, and succeeded to move out of that situation and into a better aspect of life, right? With the Six of Swords, that is basically showing you that you are transitioning, and with the Chariots showing movement, right? But the Devil card here is what is just showing confusion. I just sense a feeling of confusion with the Devil card. I'm even trying to make sense of it. I'm a bit confused here. And that is the energy. It's so, I know it's just one card. And typically, when I see the Devil card, I just say what it is and I move on from it. But for some reason, it is just right stuck in the middle and seems to be overshadowing every other thing, every other card that is right here, like showing up for you, Gemini. So there's something that is overwhelming you. There's something that is overshadowing you. There's something that is making you maybe regret something. Let's see, maybe the Oracle deck will be able to give us more clarity. Give clarity on what's up with Gemini's energy in April 2026, and what's with the confusion, what's with the overwhelm, what's happening in the life of Gemini in this April. My goodness. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Envious Rival. And this came out for you, Stormy Sea. And just on the bottom is, the Envious Rival, Cage Bed. What else? Warrior, Shapeshifter. That's interesting. And with the Envious Rival, it says here is comparison or jealousy affecting your self-worth. How can you redirect this energy towards self-growth? And then before that was the psalmist that popped out saying, what emotions feel overwhelming right now? How can you steady yourself amidst the waves? And then the cage bed was like, where do you feel restricted or silenced? What will freedom look like in this area of your life? The warrior says, where in your life are you being called to be courageous? What inner strength do you need to harness? The shapeshifter says, are you adapting too much to please others, or is flexibility serving you? Where do you need to stand firm? This speaks a lot about you and your environment and how you feel about your environment. I did say that there's an overwhelming energy. There's something that is talking about you feeling overwhelmed. And the Stormy Sea really talks about this. It refers to it by saying, what emotions feel overwhelming right now? How can you steady yourself amidst the waves? And the envious driver basically says comparison is a thief of joy. Because if it's saying is comparison or jealousy affecting your self-worth, how can you redirect this energy towards self-growth? It is telling you, do not compare yourself to others. Do not feel like you need to be different from who you are. Even if you're going to improve, that doesn't mean you should do an overall of yourself, because you're unique and you're the best version of yourself that you can be. Maybe you can be better, of course, but you should seek to improve yourself, not change who you are. Right. And if you're comparing yourself too much to other people, what you feel like you should be like, what you feel people want you to be, and maybe lusting after something, there's a sense of materialism here. Maybe you're trying to acquire things that will make you feel valued, to make you feel loved. You just need material success, or you need to acquire a certain level or a type of person. Maybe there's somebody that you are in a relationship with because of what they can give you, not because of how you feel around them. That's robbing your energy, man. That's draining you. And it could also be that you are running after making the cool cash and compromising yourself because of that. And that is leading to you feeling overwhelmed, because that's not your real self. There's something here. There's just a high level of feeling overwhelmed, and that's disturbing your thoughts, that's disturbing your emotions. Your emotions are topsy-turvy. And usually when you have the Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups, anything queenly showing up usually denotes a certain level of balance. It usually denotes a certain level of improvement. But what I'm sensing here with both queens, Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups, is an overwhelming energy of feeling very disheartened, of feeling very disappointed, of feeling afraid of failure. You're afraid of failure for some reason, right? And this is making you ignore the fact that you are improving. This is making you ignore the fact that you're moving on into better things, right? So you're not really seeing the transition stage from having won the battles against competition around you and against issues around you, and coming out triumphant and being able to move away from the bottom pile, or move out of the bottom pile to the top pile and getting fast track success. You're not seeing that. You're just stuck looking at the bad. I don't know why that is, Gemini, but you need to look at the good. Really, you need to look at the good. You need to know that you've got inner strength. You've got the inner strength. You're fighting for yourself. Everything is working out for you. You just got to let yourself move away from the limiting beliefs that is trapping you. With the cage bed that showed up for you at the bottom of this deck, you got to move on from what is making you feel overwhelmed. Now let's ask how you can move away from this feeling of being overwhelmed. What can Gemini do to get over the feeling of being overwhelmed and being able to stand? That's a lot of cards. I don't want just one card. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle again. What can Gemini do? Another set of plenty cards. This is how many? 4. Okay, let's read it. That's a lot of cards, man. Oh, 5 cards. Oh, all right. At least they give a message that is pretty clear. 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords, the Star card, the Magician card, 7 of Wands. Okay, 7 of Wands is defending your position, fighting for your right. But it also means move on, right? And then you have the Magician card. It's all in your hands. The power is in your hands. The power to be great or not to be great is in your hands. You have to choose. And you have the Star card as well. It's all in your hands. The way that you can move on from being overwhelmed, the way that you can get better from feeling just less than, the way that you can improve is by Being selective, being protecting your energy with the Seven of Cups card showing up for you. Protect your energy. Be very selective and specific about what you want, how you want, what you want to yourself. This is a battle with yourself. Battlefield of the mind. Maybe read Joyce Meyer's book, The Battlefield of the Mind. It might help you. Or The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Marson. These are self-help books. I know there are many of you that do not like to read self-help books. I will recommend Mark Marson's books to you because they are for people that don't like self-help books. I will tell you that. I read different genres. I read from self-help to fiction to non-fiction to autobiography, biographies, fantasy, romance, dramas, thrillers, suspense. I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to books, right? And I feel like you need to be open-minded when it comes to your life and your reality. You need to move past the grief. You need to stop being stuck in the past. You need to stop being stuck in the past. You need to take yourself, you need to play with yourself. Like, don't take yourself too seriously. You need to be lighthearted. You need to let things go that needs to be gone. The Seven of Wands energy. Here you're defending your position because you fought the battles, you won it with the Five of Swords that showed up for you. And with the Seven of Wands, you're defending your position and you're getting great at it. But you also need to move past the overwhelm of the situation. Maybe it's because you've won the battle. Now you don't know what to do with yourself. You've been in battle mode for too long. And maybe it's been confusing for you. And now you don't know how to not fight because you've always been in fighting mode. Now you don't know how to relax. And your emotions are all over the place. Maybe that's what's happening to you. So you got to rest your mind. You got to rest yourself and not give a fuck and just live life and enjoy yourself. And stop fighting yourself. Right? So with the star card, it's all good. I can tell you. I told you that you're moving to the top of the pile. You're giving preference. You have privilege, and the privilege is working for you. Allow your privilege to work for you, but do not overshadow that privilege with the lust for just junk food. Right? You need to eat healthy meals that are tasty, yes. But don't stuff your face in junk food. Don't stuff your face in like chocolates and candies and all of that. Yes, they're sweet, they're nice to have, but you're not gonna be feeding yourself 24/7 a day, 24/7 every day for months on end with junk food. It's not gonna go well for you. It's not gonna be good for you. So you gotta balance it with the junk food, with the sweets and the candies and the cakes and the cookies and the bread and whatever rolls your boat, right? With the drinks, with the cocktails. Yeah, have that, have fun. But at the same time, eat healthy food, eat legumes, eat fruit and fiber, eat something that you gotta take care of your gut health, really. Maybe also the way you sleep, maybe get new pillows and so that you can sleep, so that your mind can be at rest at night. I'm sensing here that you're troubled, and this trouble is of your own making. I'll be very honest with you. This trouble is of your own making. So you need to work on yourself to ensure that you don't get disturbed and you don't get distorted, so that you're lost for the desire for things, for material things, don't twist you. And also maybe you're addicted to praises. Maybe you're addicted to praises. Maybe you're addicted to, because there are different type of addiction. People usually just talk about alcoholism or drugs or sex. There are different types of addiction. There's addiction to praises. There's addiction to feeling wanted. There's addiction to just having things for the sake of having things. That's materialism, right? Maybe you've got phone addiction. Maybe you've got addiction to social media. Maybe you've got to take a break. Maybe you've got to fast from social media. Take a break from looking at who done it, who did it, who didn't do it. We went to the Bahamas for the holidays. We went to I don't know why Tahiti came to my mind. Tahiti is the character in Mohana. Well, we went to the mountains, we went diving, we went skydiving, we went sea diving. You're looking too much at social media and looking at what people have got that you haven't got. So it's making you miss the blessings in your life because you're comparing it. Yes, comparison or jealousy is affecting your self-worth. You're comparing it to what you've got. So you've got that your dream house, but now you're looking at it and it's looking like it's small to you because you saw someone on social media, maybe an acquaintance, maybe even a stranger, that their house was acquired at the same time that you acquired yours, but their rooms appear to be bigger. Darling, you need to let that go. You need to focus on the fact that you have finally achieved what you've set out to achieve for a long time. You need to celebrate the fact that you got through and out of the stormy sea and you're winning. You need to stop comparing yourself. You need to stop being addicted to social media, stop being addicted to your phone, stop being addicted to being valued. You can be valued without the need for it. But I'm sensing here that you desire it to a point of destruction. Don't let it destroy. Don't let it destroy you, Gemini. Let's see, is there another thing that Gemini should know? Because we already have a lot of cards, but I'm sensing that there is a message. Another message. Five of Wands. Death. Yeah. Five of Wands is community. Five of Wands is celebration. You gotta focus on yourself. You gotta celebrate your wins, the big and small wins. And death is renewal. But death is, I'm gonna take this card literally, the way it came out. All right. You gotta die to self in the sense of you gotta stop doing the thing that is making you feel bad. You gotta change your mindset. You gotta grow. You gotta transform your energy. You gotta move from disastrous desires to healthy habits. Really, Gemini, that's what you gotta do because you got a good life. You got a good life. Look at the Star and the Magician. My goodness, look at this. Just look at this. This is beauty. This is beauty personified. But you're looking back too much and you're looking at what could have been. And it's not even what could have been. It's more like you want other people's things and you're not seeing the blessing of yours. So you got to transform that mindset. You got to change that mindset with the Death card. You got to change that mindset so that you can tap into the goodness of what you are. Do you see it? Do you see the beauty? So you gotta die to self. You gotta move on from the bad. You gotta stop desiring what is not working. You gotta stop looking and lusting after other people's things so that you're able to get and able to breathe and able to do what you're meant to do, Gemini. Yeah. So let's see if the Oracle deck has a final message for you and then we'll call it a day. All right. So is there a final message for Gemini? For April 2026. Clear message for Gemini. April 2026. What should Gemini know? Be guided with moving forward in April 2026. The Libra. Where in your life are you encountering obstacles and what strategy can help you find the way through? Well, you got your answer. You got the answer to know that the feeling of overwhelm is coming because something is challenging your self-worth, and that thing is your mind. So you got to set your mind right and the obstacles will get out of the way because the obstacles are self-inflicted. And the strategy to do that is to gain healthy habits and kill off bad habits. Yeah, Gemini. It's just as simple as that. So this has been your reading for April 2026, Gemini. Thank you for watching on your Tarot channel. I will see you in the next video.